about the way you stare into my eyes. I know that I don't make things clear.
Welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's your girl Deja Renee, and today we're back with another Hoops Women's Talk. Today we're going to be talking about the transfer portal, who's in the transfer portal, what teams is loading up, what teams are shifting and trying to change their whole dynamic and what they want to do. So let's get into some things. So first things first, we're going to talk about USC. USC has loaded up and they not playing no games. I mean, I don't know. I'm calling it already, considering the Pac-12 is been demolished, no longer, nada, out of there. I'm calling USC is already going to win the Big Ten championship the way this is looking, because they're in the Big Ten now. So, I got a list of who's in there. Of course, you got Juju. Then you got Kiki from Stanford, the post player from Stanford. Literally has great and amazing footwork. Her footwork is really, really good. I'm trying to think of who I can compare her game to. But her footwork is very great. This is a great pickup for USC. They need a really good, solid post player that can not only defend, but can get a bucket when they need it. I feel like their post players did what they needed to do as far as defending. They did the dirty work. They went to get boards. They went to grab boards, do what they needed to do. But when it was really time to get a bucket in the post, it wasn't really like that. When it was really time to get a bucket, they figured out a way to get the ball to Juju. Now they can get a bucket inside with Kiki and with Juju. Crazy. And they also got one of the top recruiting class point guards in LA. She's going to be coming there too. USC is going to be a force to reckon with. And I'm just excited to see how this USC team is going to look. I want USC to win a national championship. I'm a Juju fan. I'm a Juju fan. Let me just say that. I like Juju. She's just a great, solid player. If they win a national championship, I'm like, that's super dope, considering the fact she kind of shifted University of Southern Cali's culture. I know it's a lot of people that say the only USC is University of South Carolina. This is USC. And then you got Talia Vaughn, who was a player at Oregon State, and she gave USC some trouble when they played against her. She was kind of giving them buckets. She is now joined the force, so you literally have 3 top recruits coming in to play with Juju. Like, literally, you can see the shift in the culture right now. Like, 2 years ago, USC was okay, but they were not like what it looks like right now. Like, on paper, they look great on paper. Now, seeing them play, we ain't gonna get that until the fall. That's why we got the WNBA. Make sure you tune in. May 3rd, Friday, WNBA preseason starts. But Juju and her team, the coaching staff, they loading it up. They getting them players. You got Talia Vaughn, and you got Kiki, and the young point guard that's coming in, that's a freshman. Next, we're going to talk about Haliey Van Lith. So Haliey Van Lith tried to play a little trick and say that I did not commit there, when she hadn't wrote the paper. I'm not committed there yet. It's one of my options, but I'm not committed there. Then a couple days later, she posted she committed there. So now she is committed to TCU. TCU seems like they're trying to have a shift in culture and do some great things. If you guys have not watched my other video that I posted earlier in the year, January-ish, around that time, TCU was hurt. Like, a lot of their players were so hurt that they had to re-recruit people off the volleyball teams to come and play with them. So I'm glad to kind of see, hopefully this is great for them. They can have a shift in their culture. They can have a great season, and they can actually, instead of just being glad to be able to play and be able to just play against people and be the same space, hopefully they can be some contenders in the Big 12 and be one of those teams to be reckoned with, because last year they had a really rough year, and it was not due to really anything besides just injuries. They just had a lot of injuries, and that's not in their control. So I'm excited to see what they do with Haliey Van Lith going there. I believe they got another shooter that had transferred there, and then they got Sandana. She literally dunks, so she got bunnies. So I'm excited to see how them 3 play together. On paper they look great, but once again, we not gonna see to that ball roll out in preseason November. Next, we have Mississippi State is loading up too. If you guys don't know, Mississippi State has Chandler Prater. She played at KU. Didn't get to play at Oklahoma because she tore her ACL. Had some injuries, but she is a really good player. Had her. Now they got another transfer from Georgia Southern. Tierney Ward. She's committed to Mississippi State. And then they have Demin DeShields. Demin DeShields played at Alabama prior to that, and she is a really, really good point guard. Pass first point guard, but can't get a bucket. Her IQ is very high. I feel like she's most definitely was under the radar. And if the name looks familiar, the DeShields name, yes, that is her sister, plays in the WNBA. She's creating a name for herself. She is smaller, but she's a really good point guard. Her turnover to assist ratio, I believe, was in the top 5 in the country on the Division I level, so she's a really good attribute to Mississippi State. I'm excited to see what Mississippi State is able to do and able to change. I feel like it's going to be some teams that last year they just had a decent year, okay year, or like TCU, they had a really crazy year where they have some things out of their control, rise to that level to be able to play, be able to be in the conversation of winning and talk. And I'm excited to see Demi play on this level, being that she's a smaller guard. She's playing at a smaller Division I. And before that, I believe she went to a JUCO. I'm rooting for her as a smaller guard when I played to just do great things and be able to be impactful and for people to talk about her and know who she is, because although her sister is in WNBA, it's always great to make your own name for yourself, of course. So we have that. Now we have UNC. If you guys don't know, Deja Kelly is still in the transfer portal. She's posted her graduation pictures. It's not really been a lot of news about where she's going to decide to go, but Anaya Poole, which seems to be her right-hand man. You see them in TikToks together. You see them in videos together. They seem very close. Anaya Poole has now transferred from UNC to Clemson. So, is that a good move for her? I have no idea. Anaya Poole is a solid. She's going to get you rebounds. She's going to do the dirty work. She's going to do what she needs to do as a team. She is not super flashy out there. You're not going to necessarily know her if you are not literally watching basketball. She's not like a Caitlin or Angel Reese, like you're just going to know the name because of what they bring and that type of thing. She's not one of those players. But she's a player that you need on the floor, that you need to play with you. She's going to get you the boards. She's going to fight the post players. She's going to play defense and do some great things. She's now transferred to Clemson. I don't know if that's a good move for her or not. Hope she does great things and she does well. I don't know where Deja Kelly's going to go. I've kind of worded these two within each other because these two are literally like besties. So considering that she's transferring somewhere else, I don't know if that has anything to do with Deja possibly going somewhere else. I don't know if Clemson's in the talk. I don't know if Clemson would even be a good fit for her. I'm just saying she's transferring out of there. Deja's setting ready to graduate, so maybe she stays at UNC. Maybe she goes somewhere else. We don't know. I feel like Deja's more focused on her graduation and getting done with school rather than the transfer portal and trying to hurry up and get to another school. I feel like she's got her degree. She wants to do sports broadcasting. She knows what she wants to do, so we may never know. Maybe she will stop playing altogether and take a year break like the Calvender twins. We don't ever know. So next, we got Natalie Marsha. She is, she played at Notre Dame for 3 years, I believe. 4 years, I believe. She's now transferring to the University of Miami. Is this impactful for Miami? Yes, I feel like she's a decent big. I feel like there's some things she can do better. I feel like she can most definitely be stronger as far as in the aspect of being stronger as being more aggressive with looking for her shots, getting to the rim, just being more of a threat offensively. Although I feel like she is a really good solid player that you do need on her team. I was surprised that she was leaving from Notre Dame. I felt like she most definitely helped Notre Dame a lot just by being there and being a really good, she seemed to have just was really like there for her teammates and just wanted everyone to win. That's kind of the vibes I got from her playing. She's a very selfless player. It's not all about her. She most definitely is. She gets in the post sometimes, and sometimes she passes it out when she has a layup, which I feel like that's something she should work on, is when to know to pass out and don't. I don't feel like she forces a lot of things, but I also do feel like she's more passive. However, she's going to Miami. I don't know if this is going to fit her type of style of play. Also, I don't know that either because Miami has a whole new coach, so they're going to have a whole new identity. So we're we have no idea what Miami's going to look like. Now, the coach before Miami was gritty, tough, get to the rim. You might hit some threes. They're going to guard you. They're going to be scrappy. They're going to go after you, come at you tough. This Miami team got a whole new coach. They're going to have a whole new identity. So, a lot of new teams that are going to have a whole new identity that you're going to be like, what the heck? TCU's going to have a whole new identity. They weren't even in any conversations last year. Going to have a whole new identity. Everybody's going to be watching Haliey Van Lith to see if she can bounce back from last year. That's just what it's going to be. So, yes, she's transferred. That's what's going on there. I feel like Texas has also gotten another recruit. Kayla Odecray. She's transferring from Miami. Yeah, so she's transferring from Miami. See what that looks like. We don't know. I don't know much about her game. I'm gonna be honest. I don't know much about her game. But Texas is already loading up. They got Layla over there. The Rory's coming back off her ACL injury. They got Booker, the PG, literally, she plays like Luka Duka to me. She has a Luka type style game. They got Aaliyah over there. They got a lot of pieces over there. Texas is most definitely going to be in the Elite 8 talk. Mark my words. Come back to the video. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But I'm telling y'all, they're going to definitely be in the Elite 8 talk. Them and USC, I'm already voting in Elite 8 talk. They look good on paper. We got to see what they do. See what they about it when the ball roll out. But I don't know. Texas Coach Vic Schaefer plays no games, so he's not going to be playing no games, and they have a lot of talent, so I feel like that's going to set the bar. I'm going to even put Final Four for Texas just because he makes sure that they're so solid fundamentally and do what they need to do. So, yes, next, talking about the LSU Tigers. Now, I didn't do a video about this, or maybe I did. Shay Wilson, Miss Canadian Queen. She is going to be going to LSU. LSU, I believe it was last weekend, or maybe not. They was on a roll. They was picking up who they needed to pick up. So yeah, overall, Shay Wilson is a bucket. I feel like this is a great move for her. In my opinion, I feel like she did very well at Duke. I feel like she was most definitely, you needed a bucket, go to at Duke. She had a great freshman year. Her sophomore year, I believe she was dealing with some injuries. Correct me if I'm wrong. But she was dealing with some injuries as well as I don't feel like the system necessarily really fit her. I feel like Shay is one of those players. She's a really good point guard. She is flashy. You would know Shay. You got to know Shay because she just comes with that attitude. Like, she play hard. She gonna tell you. She get a bucket on you. She's one of those players. She fits LSU's type of vibe. Now, Miami, I didn't really see it. I didn't know why she transferred, but ultimately, people got to make their own decisions. So, Shay Wilson is now going to LSU with Flage, and I feel like this is going to be crazy. Like, this is going to be crazy to watch. And I'm excited to see them play together. She's a point guard. I feel she's a really good defender. Her freshman year, she defended, but you can kind of see her and Carol Lawson's kind of conflict of when she wasn't defending, Carol subbed her out. She was like, you're not going to defend, you're not going to play. I feel like she got better and took more pride on the defensive end her sophomore year. I feel like that was something that she added to her game. And I feel like at LSU, she's going to be very successful. In my opinion, she fits their style of play. She can go get a bucket on you. She can play defense. She's that person. I feel like that point guard spot Haliey Van Lith has left. I didn't feel like Haliey Van Lith really fulfilled that point guard spot, but I feel like Shay Wilson could most definitely fulfill that point guard spot, and I'm excited to see her and Flage play together. Another player that LSU has picked up is Miracle Shepherd. Miracle Shepherd was at, let me be sure, I believe she was at Mississippi State. I know she was at Mississippi State. She is a really, really, really good defender. LSU needs that. When they need a stop, Miracle's going to be that gal. I'm telling y'all because I've seen it with my own eyes. Miracle is a pest on defense. She's a little guard, but you need that defender when you need somebody to be stopped that you can just go guard. She's going to be that. And I feel like LSU most definitely needs that. I feel like Flage can be that, but doing that and carrying the load of scoring and carrying the load of leadership can be hard on the body. So I feel like if you can just get somebody, come on, we need you to stop her, get it done. Miracle's going to be that guy that's going to get it done. So they picked up Miracle, and they also picked up Caitlin Gilbert. Caitlin was at Arizona, I believe. Yes. So they picked up Caitlin. Caitlin gives LSU vibes. They picked up 3 big pieces, and I feel like they're all pivotal and impactful. Now, I feel like LSU needs to make sure they have a bench so everybody's not so tired. I get being in shape, and you got to be in such great shape, but also people need breaks, and you cannot have a big drop off from the bench to your star players. And yeah, I feel like Kim needs to do a better job of making sure everybody is in rotation, at least in the beginning of the year. Even if they aren't playing down at the end, I don't feel like she needs to play the star people so much, because you're not getting those other people that experience. But overall, transfer portal is going crazy. We still don't know where Deja Kelly's going. That's a big one. Mostly everybody else pretty much know where they're going. You see, they're pretty much being people transferred to Ohio State, TCU, USC now, LSU. It's been LSU week. It's been a USC week this week with all the transfers. Last week was the LSU week. They was getting the transfers. It was like boom, 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 boom. And now it's USC got that boom, 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 boom of where they getting all those transfers. So yeah, I don't know where Deja Kelly's gonna go. That's the person who I'm waiting on to see where they're gonna go. Where is she gonna pick? Maybe she's gonna pick after she graduates. It is graduation season. It's about to be May. A lot of people graduate the first week of May or the second week. Just all throughout the month of May, it's a lot of people graduating. So maybe she's focusing on that, which she should. That's her priority. It's always the most biggest and impactful thing that we need to know and realize is all these young women are getting free education, and that's what it's about. You transferring all over the place, it's cool, but make sure you're getting that degree. Make sure you still focusing on that education. You're not focused on that education, you need to get your priorities together. It's about the free education. And also the free education, and before the free education, go somewhere where you feel comfortable, you feel loved, you feel wanted, and you feel welcomed, and you don't feel like you're a burden, or go somewhere where you are loved and appreciated. I will say that because your mental health is way more important. We're seeing too many student athletes. The second cause of death of student athletes is suicide. So make sure, if it is student athletes or future student athletes, when you are in college, make sure you're taking care of your mental health. If you are a believer, make sure you're staying tapped in, connected. If you need some help, make sure you're going to have that conversation. You getting therapy, you talking to somebody about your problems. Or if you don't believe in therapy, get you a friend or get you somebody in the staff that you can talk to about your problems and issues. And if it's getting that bad to where you just feel like you cannot be there, by all means, transfer, get your mental health right. Because at the end of the day, the basketball eventually is going to stop bouncing. And you still got to live in this body. Still got to be this person who you are. And basketball, it's going to be new people playing the game of basketball. It's going to be generations beyond playing basketball. You cannot mess yourself up mentally from sports. Because when you're done playing sports, it's going to be another younger person that's going to play. You're not going to be able to play anymore. You're going to graduate, move on, live your life. You got to still make sure you are good inside. Don't let the sports over-consume your whole life. That's my message and my TED Talk from Deja. So yes, please like, comment, and subscribe, and tune in to more videos. I'll be back for more videos. The WNBA is starting this week, and I'm just so excited, guys. So yeah, I hope you guys are having a wonderful Tuesday. Turn up Tuesday. Have you a great day. And yeah, peace.
It's not that I don't want you here. It's something about the way